It is a beautiful day for some DSA, and welcome back to the Cozy Club, my friends. My name is Cozy Gamer, and for today's video, we're going to be continuing the Roles of the Raid series. Now, if you guys have been following this series, we've done the leadership abilities, and now we're on to the healer and cleansers. Next video, we're going to be talking about the debuffers. But guys, today's video is going to be so important because of the mechanics of the raid involving so much about healing and cleansing of harmful effects. So let the Roles of the Raid series serve as your one-stop shop for everything raids, and so that you don't have to look at all the characters' kits within the game. All right, let's get to today's video now. Quickly before, guys, again, if you haven't already, feel free to join one of our awesome communities. We've got a great Discord, killer Twitter, and an awesome Twitch community. Would love to see you guys there. So a quick note before we start today's video, guys, there's several different types of healers and cleansers. You're going to have self-cleansers and you're going to have self-healers. You're also going to have people that can target one unit and heal or cleanse one effect or heal just one unit. And lastly, you have AoE healers and cleansers. Those are going to be the best characters, obviously, that can go ahead and cleanse a whole row of harmful effects for all of your allies, or they can heal all the allies on the field. It is time to look at the first cleanser of the list, guys, and we're going to start off today with Anger. So starting out with Anger's passive, once Anger gets below 50% health, he'll be cleansing all the harmful effects on himself, allowing him to keep on battling past that 50% mark. So this isn't the best cleanse in the world because Anger can only do it to himself, kind of like what Kristoff has when somebody dies. Next up is the healer. You guys likely know one of the best healers within the Forgotten Depths, and that is going to be Ariel. She will be healing all of her allies on the battlefield with her melody, and if they're below 60% health, she's going to have a chance to heal even extra. Now, just in case you guys don't know, you can actually get criticals on your healing, allowing for a little bit of extra health when you are healing your allies. Now, Ariel is going to have a 10% chance more to critically heal allies that are below 60% health, and Prince Eric and King Triton will get a 50% increase on their healing. Guys, I love Ariel. She's actually one of the better late game healers because once she gets up to that max T8, which as I'm sure right now there's not a lot out there, she can get some crazy healing done because her recovery stat goes through the roof. So in my opinion, Ariel ties for one of the best healers within the Forgotten Depths. She'll be tying with the next person we're talking about next that does the job a little bit differently. But what I like about Ariel is she can go ahead and trigger so many instances of her healing, allowing her to get rid of all the poisons on the field, or if she's under that King Triton lead, she can go ahead and give so much speed turn meter to her allies. For the next character, probably the best overall package of the raid, he's got the cleansing, he's got the healing, he's a legendary unit and the top character right now in DSA, and that's going to be Baymax. Now, Baymax's whole kit is built to be the doctor of the raid. He can go ahead and assign a cleanse and a heal with You Are My Patient on one target ally, allowing him to get rid of the stacks of poison and also cleansing all of the harmful effects on the field. Also, he's got the great AoE Major Impact, one of the best abilities in the game. He's going to be restoring health to all teammates, giving them continuous healing so that they can keep on getting rid of that poison, and also cleanse one harmful effect on all teammates depending on how many charges he has. Now, within the Forgotten Depths, he's going to have a lot more charges than within PvP, just with how the nature of the game mode goes. He can single target, heal and cleanse, AoE, heal and cleanse, and then the best part is if he is full of harmful effects and one of his allies go down, he's going to go ahead and cleanse himself and give some healing to himself. Overall, Baymax is the doctor of the Forbidden Depths. Next up, we've got Peep. If you guys have been watching my Twitch stream, you guys know that I've been using the Toy Story team, and I like Peep because of how much she can hold on her own. She's going to be able to mitigate a lot of damage by healing the damage that is done to her, and she'll also gain that rare buff of harmful immunity. Now, that chance to activate is a lot better the lower health that she has, but you're going to be able to continually cleanse those poison stacks on phase 2 and 3 with Peep once she gets hit over and over, and she does a lot of rolls all in one and allows your other cleansers and healers not to waste abilities on Peep. Looking at Cobra Bubbles next, you guys already know he is the MVP of this raid. He's incredible at what he does altogether. And if his turn meter reduction was not enough, guys, he's also going to be able to cleanse his teammates. Now, it's only going to be able to cleanse one harmful effect on one teammate, but as you guys know, he'll be giving turn meter according to how much health is missing from them. And if they're an oceanic teammate, he'll be cleansing up to 2 harmful effects. So overall, he's great to use within any team. Don't rely on him for his cleansing, but he's great to pair up with just about anyone. Next up is the Swiss Army knife of DSA and of the raids, guys. You've got Dr. Facilier. Now, I love Dr. Facilier not only in PvP, but he's proving to be a great resource within the raids as well. Now, with his ability Friends on the other side, he's going to be able to assign a taunt, and he's also going to be able to give life drain and cleanse. So effectively, he's doing both things that we're talking about today, even though it's in small quantities. Now, if you pair him up with Davy Jones zombies or you pair him up with Kristoff's trolls, he's going to be able to do some awesome healing, as when those summonable units die, like Yokai's microbots, he'll be healing massive healing AoE to all teammates, making him a great unit to use both in phase 2 and phase 3. Keep note, he'll be restoring 35% bonus health, which is a great threshold once that's maxed out per downtown villain teammate. So again, Yokai is great to pair with him, or when looking at your team and trying to put together some teams for the raid, Dr. Facilier is obviously better with those downtown villain teammates. The next one, Elsa, very quick. You guys know she's great with glacial armor. Essentially, it doesn't matter how many debuffs are on Elsa. Once she gets down to that glacial armor, she's going to be cleansing everything on her, setting herself up for one more turn for the most part to get off during the Forbidden Deaths. That can get through really anything except the one-hit KOs. Elsa's a great self-cleanser that you can rely on to just keep on doing damage, even if she has tons of harmful effects. You don't have to worry about cleansing her. You can go ahead and just wait till that glacial armor procs. Speaking of stasis heroes, you've got Frozone, which is not used in just about any part of the game. He does have some turn meter reduction that I like about him. We'll be talking about him on the debuff roles of the raid, but for now, he is a great ice block healer. He'll be healing and removing all harmful effects on one unit, applying stasis to them for 2 turns, and then once that stasis expires, like we said, he'll be healing a good amount of health, allowing you to protect, let's say, Elsa after glacial armor for 1 more turn. Looking at a cozy club favorite, we've got Genie, guys, one of my favorite characters within this game, and a great character to use within the Forbidden Deaths, guys. Genie can do some great stacking damage, put offense down, and altogether is a great character, but he can also cleanse up to 2 harmful effects on one of his allies. That is also going to flip over, if they can be, on the raid bosses. So it's a great way to get things on the bosses like Fear very quickly without running a Fear character within your team. So with Genie and with these single target cleansers, they're really not going to get the job done by themselves. So typically try to find another single target cleanser on this list and pair them up together. That way you can get through all those harmful effects that are coming at you in phases 1 and 2. Or if you want to, go ahead and plug them with the Kingdom team, and we'll talk about their best phases on our next video. Genie is just a great cleanser altogether, allowing him to do some great damage numbers and also taking care of his teammates. All right, Cozy Club, looking at the 4th best cleanser, still very good. Don't let the 4th number scare you away. We've already looked at Baymax, who in my opinion is probably the 2nd best cleanser, and there's a 3rd, and now Goofy is going to be the 4th. We'll talk about 1 and 3 here in a second. Goofy can go ahead and cleanse all harmful effects from himself, and then he's going to be cleansing 1 harmful effect from each teammate. Now, the best part is if you're running him with those Sensational 6 or Mickey and Friends, he'll have a 50% chance to cleanse 1 more harmful effect. And in addition, just like Genie, he's going to be able to have the chance to flip those over onto the enemies. So in like phase 2, it's great to take all those harmful effects up and flip them back on Flotsam and Jetsam. Now, this next character doesn't do a whole lot of cleansing, but she is amazing within the raid, and I want to bring her up. That is going to be Honey Lemon. You guys know she's great for putting out slows and reducing that turn meter, allowing you to get some great damage amongst the raids. However, guys, she does have a cleansing mechanic. Just like in PvP, she'll be cleansing random allies from time to time on her passive. You won't be able to choose who she's cleansing, so it won't be as good as the other cleansers within the game. So with Honey Lemon's random cleansing, she's definitely not going to be able to hold the team down of those harmful effects, especially, let's say, in phase 1. But she is good to pair with other cleansers, maybe single target cleansers like Bubbles or other AoE cleansers, and really making sure you get rid of all those harmful effects. Let's go ahead and look at Princess Jasmine, who just continues to stay viable within her entire time of DSA. She's got Raja, who we know is a great tank for her, but also she is a cleanser and a healer. Now, again, it is a little random. It's a 20% chance, but she will have the chance to grant not only continuous healing and health, but also cleansing up to 2 random harmful effects on a teammate. Love this. If she's paired up with Aladdin, she can grant an additional continuous healing effect. But Jasmine, she'll be tanking the hits with Raja, and then while she's just sitting there, kind of hitting with a stick a little bit, she'll also be healing and cleansing off her passive, allowing you to really take care of the battlefield. Again, she's probably a better fit with Genie to get those healings going. All right, now I've got an honorable mention on this page. It's going to be Kristoff. He is a self-cleanser, and he's got the lovely stone trolls. As you guys know, the trolls are awesome for getting down poison on your allies. Now, I've got Kronk up next, which I honestly think the trolls are probably better than Kronk altogether, but let's take a look and see what Kronk does. Kronk will be using Surprising Recipe, and with his spinach puffs, he'll be cleansing all harmful effects from a target teammate, granting the target teammate a copy of 2 helpful effects, and all together, pretty good cleanser. I mean, it's really only a single target, and Kronk can't offer a lot outside of that. But if your roster is super thin and you're just looking for some more cleansers to get in some extra attempts into the raid, Kronk is the way to go for that single target cleansing. All right, the pink teddy bear that pretty much nobody has. Let's look at Lotso. Lotso will be having a playdate with Destiny. He'll be restoring a good amount of health to the 2 lowest health teammates on the battlefield, which is perfect because typically those are the ones that need it most, or the ones that have poison already on them. In addition, he'll be giving continuous damage, and he'll have the I'm a Hugger passive, which again, he'll be healing the 2 lowest teammates out on the battlefield. Lotso definitely found his spot in the raids a little bit more outside of just Club Conquest. And the best part is, if they're already at full health, if it's the start of the turn and this happens to proc, you can go ahead and give continuous healing to your allies. All right, Cozy Club, pay attention. We've talked about it. If you haven't heard already, I don't know what rock you're living under, but let's look at Merlin, the best cleanser within DSA, and especially the best cleanser in the Forbidden Depths. Now, you guys know probably from my other last videos, Merlin is the MVP of getting rid of those harmful effects. He'll continuously be able to cleanse not 1, but 2 harmful effects on all of his allies. Now, at first, it's a 50% chance, but as soon as you keep using that ability, use your head, use it over and over on himself, he'll continuously be able to have tactics, letting him cleanse up to 2 harmful effects of all allies, guys. The reason he's the best and better than Baymax or Triton is that he can keep on smacking this ability over and over with no cooldown, making him easily the best cleanser within the raid. All right, let's jump on over to a leadership ability. We already talked about this in my leadership roles of the raid, but Mr. Incredible has a great lead for the raid, guys. When another incredible hero teammate gains a harmful effect, he'll have a 50% chance to restore health to that teammate, so making him a great leader within phases 2 and 3. Anytime any of those Incredibles get those harmful effects, which come by the plentiful on phase 2 and 3, Bob is going to do his thing and continuously heal them and get rid of those poison stacks. Now, Cozy Club, the Incredibles are secretly on the rise. I just took Dash to T8 and Violet up, and my gosh, they are doing some work, and I predict once they're a full team, Phase 2, they're going to absolutely destroy and get some great damage numbers altogether. But anyway, you guys already know, great leadership for Bob. Pair him up with the Incredibles. On to the next one. Alrighty, we've got Olaf, who'll be giving harmful immunity to his frozen teammates, but also he'll be giving continuous damage to a single target, making him an overall good person to use within the raids in general. Now, I like Olaf because his basic can go ahead and reduce that enemy speed turn meter, like I talked about on yesterday's Tinkerbell video. But also, guys, he's not going to be using abilities on the raid boss or feeding them turn meter, so he's either a healer or he's reducing the speed turn meter. I actually like Olaf's use in the Forbidden Depths altogether, and he's a great spot for the Frozen team. Now, you guys obviously know the Phase 2 team dashing through the snow, the Frozen Dash team that's going to be able to effectively do a ton of damage. But like we just talked about, put Olaf with the Frozen team and put Dash with the Incredibles, and you're actually probably going to get more damage than if you were to put Dash with Frozen. I like Olaf, and he's definitely worth a little bit of time. Alrighty, guys, you saw Pocahontas pretty high up on the tier list. Now let's look exactly why. Colors of the Wind is going to be great within the Forbidden Depths. She'll be cleansing one harmful effect from each teammate, so she kind of acts like Goofy and Triton, and she'll also inflict a copy of each effect removed by cleanse on the target opponent. So she's got that Genie Goofy mix, which I love. Now she does have low health, but she can give some great life drain and attack up amongst other things. So she's great to kind of get the mismatch of your roster, put them all together, and make a decent phase 3-ish team. Let's quickly give Rafiki from Lion King a little bit of love with his Restore Balance. He'll be cleansing all harmful effects from a target teammate and restoring up to 5,000 health, a good chunk of single target health. He'll also be restoring an additional health for each harmful effect that he removed. So again, Rafiki's a great single target healer and cleanser, and there's no one to better pair up Rafiki than with Simba, guys. Simba is going to be able to do a flanking heal all across a front or back row, giving some nice health and essentially getting rid of poison on an entire row. So pair him up with Rafiki, then you'll have your cleansing, you'll have your healing, and they make for a great duo. Pair them up with some 3 strong attackers, and you've got yourself a pretty solid raid team. Have you guys gotten enough Tinkerbell yet? If you guys haven't already, check out my video from yesterday up above where we pretty much break the raid with Tinkerbell. However, you're not going to be using Tinkerbell for her cleansing on herself or on others. You want to use her basic attack pretty much all of the time when using her, but it's nice that Tinkerbell has got some evades built in her kit. She has healing and she has cleansing, making her actually a pretty solid unit within the raids. And now we're on to our last 2 cleanser and healer guys, being Triton and Woody. Starting out with King Triton, you guys know he's incredible within the raids, and he's a great cleanser. He'll be able to do an AoE cleanse from all of the allies for 1 harmful effect, and on turn start, if he's reasonable, he'll be able to also purge and get rid of those harmful effects on 1 ally. Now, I love King Triton. He fits in pretty much everywhere, but obviously you want to use him with that Little Mermaid team. So some people do pair him up with Ariel, some people don't, to kind of conserve their healing and cleansing. Kind of up to your roster and what you have. I obviously recommend putting them together because that makes the best use of his lead, but all together, you can't go wrong with either option. Now, one thing I want to talk about is putting these cleansers and healers together. Now, Ariel does awesome with King Triton. Obviously, that lead really gets the turn meter going. So King Triton and Ariel are a great example. Try to mix and match your cleansers and healers up all the way within your roster. Now, obviously, Triton is going to have a great cleanse and Ariel a great heal. But if you're in phase 4, there's pretty much no reason to waste Ariel's healing on that phase. Use it on a phase with poison, and then obviously use Triton with those cleansing phases. And for the last healer of the raid, guys, personally, one of my favorite, and if not the best single target healer within the game, it is going to be Woody, guys. I absolutely love Woody the Sheriff for phase 2 and 3. He can do some great dispelling of the new poison harmful effect. Essentially, when allies get damaged, he'll be sending out his green soldiers, not the bucket of soldiers, but the healing ones that will get rid of essentially a full stack of poison, no matter how much is there, because of how much healing that Woody puts out. Now, if you don't know already, I talked a lot about Woody in my last tier list, but guys, he's great within the raids, a solid support. And as each gear level moves on, Woody just keeps getting better and better. And the last note about the Sheriff is, if he's with his other Toy Story allies, he'll be healing even more. And Cozy Club, that is going to do it. Looking at some of the most important roles within the raid, looking at those healers and looking at those cleansers. So you guys can see in the middle, there's just no point really investing in my least favorite character in the game. Don't even want to speak his name, and Yzma. Kronk probably makes that list also, but we went ahead and left him on. Guys, that's going to do it for all of the healers and the cleansers. Some of the most important roles within the raid. Guys, I made this series because it's important to know the leaderships, the cleansing and healing, and then next up will be the debuffer so that you guys can master the Forbidden Depths. Hopefully you guys liked today's video. We got plenty more coming at you. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, my friends, stay cozy.